Hey friends, happy Wednesday. This is a hard one for me, mainly because I'm not there yet. See, when we trust broken people, when we get betrayed, when we deal with imperfect people, we end up hurting. We end up hurt. It's just how it is. And the reality is that when we trust those people in our pain, we hurt. And so what do we do with that? Now, a lot of times we might spiritualize it. Like, we'll be like, well, I'm so much more mature than you, so it doesn't really matter what you do to me. Or, I understand, you're a broken, pathetic person. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to give you a pass. You know, like a toddler who poops their pants. But the reality is, when you and I get hurt, when you and I are hurt, it doesn't matter their intention. I mentioned this before. We can't know the motives of the heart. It doesn't matter if they meant to or didn't mean to. Seriously. The reality is, I'm hurt. Listen, if somebody hits your car, whether they're drunk, whether they're distracted, whether a deer jumps out in front of them, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, your car is busted. What are you going to do at that point? That's the question. And the reality is, you got to get the car fixed. When you and I suffer loss, when our trust is violated, we have to forgive. Why do I say I'm in the middle of this? I literally woke up this morning just in agony and rage because of a unforgiveness that God showed me was in my heart. What do we do at that point? We can't shove it under the rug because it's going to come out. It's going to affect other people. It is. It just is. And so at that moment, what are you going to do? Now, here's the deal. I'm not playing here, because unforgiveness is the most popular, most rampant, most undealt with sin in the church. And Jesus talks to us in Matthew 18. He talks about it with the parable of the unforgiven servant. When you do not forgive, you end up turned over to the torturers. And you might put lipstick on a pig. And a lot of times, how we deal with unforgiveness, you know what we do? We isolate. We separate. We keep a distance from those people. And we call it boundaries and we call it safety. But it's the fact that they trigger the pain in us that's not dealt with. And you and I, if we are not going to deal with unforgiveness, we will never be able to continue to trust. Now, you might say, well, I'm never going to deal with life with these people again. Guess what? Guess what's going to happen? You are going to run into that personality again and again and again. You're going to end up with a series of personalities that you're like, I don't trust that kind of person. I don't trust that kind of person. I don't trust that person. You're going to end up on a smaller and smaller island where there's nobody you trust. Because, as I said before, nobody's trustworthy. So my challenge to you and me right now is, listen, if you want to be able to trust people, you're going to have to forgive. End of story. Guys, I mean this. Now listen, I want to say something. Facebook's been shoving these videos down. The way you can help these videos to get seen, watch the video all the way through, comment, like, share, and follow Arise. Guys, I get so many comments from you all that these videos are life-changing, and they are, but listen, you're a part of getting those out, because it's just how the algorithm works. So if you would be willing to do that for us, it would mean a lot to us. But I just want to say, come back. Listen, if you want to trust, if you want to live with joy and hope, you've got to forgive. All right? Take care. Love you.